Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Millionaire Purpose Discovery Program. My name is Blessing Theophilus Israel. Now today I'm really excited to be speaking with Jonathan Neal. Jonathan Neal, he's a non-executive director and he's actually also my millionaire mentor. So Jonathan, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Jonathan, please just look into the camera and tell our audience who you are and what you do, please.
Okay, well as Blessing says, my name is Jonathan. I'm a non-exec director. What that means is I sit on the board of various companies. They tend to be small and medium-sized companies, and I complete their skill set.
Okay, excellent. So Jonathan, what would you say is your main purpose in life is? Because I know that you've got so much experience in accountancy, law, and there's a lot of stuff you've done, and you've also been in public organizations as well as obviously an entrepreneur working for yourself. So with all those experiences, what would you say is your main purpose in life?
I've been thinking about this question quite hard. It's difficult to distill it into one main purpose.
Okay.
But if I had to say one, I think it's probably achieving and maintaining financial independence, because that enables me to do all the other things I want to do.
Okay, great. And so far, what kind of challenges have you had to overcome to get to the place where you are now, where you can actually mentor other people in how to become a millionaire, for example, such as myself? I'm sure life hasn't been all smooth sailing, and there are certain challenges that perhaps you've had to overcome. So do you want to just share with our students what some of those challenges are, just to encourage them to know that, look, in life, you may encounter challenges, but you will overcome?
I think I probably started off life without a specific purpose.
Okay.
But I've always felt that I had a particular code that I wanted to live up to. And that code really is to treat people in a way that I would like to be treated myself.
Okay.
When I first started out in business, it wasn't so difficult because I didn't have anybody else to support. I mean, I now have a family, a wife and 3 children. I guess my earlier positions were not particularly full of responsibility. So it was quite easy to live up to that code of treating people the way you want to.
Sure.
As you progress and your need for finance increases, I think you have to be quite careful because a lot of the work we do can be done in various areas. The only difference is that if you do it in the correct scenario, you'll be more fulfilled.
Okay.
And you may well be paid more for it.
Okay.
So the basic tasks are the same, but if you work for people who can afford more, they'll pay you more. You have to be very careful though, because the challenge is to make sure that you stay true to your code, and you make sure that you're working with people that you trust, and in an environment that will make you happy and fulfilled.
Sure. And how does one do that? You said working with people that can maybe pay you more, but still staying true to yourself and true to your code. Is that quite easy, or is it like a balancing act?
I think it's easier if you work in a client-based industry, because you can have more than one client. So you have less to fear from standing up for your principles than you would if you had just one employer. So that's one way of doing it.
Okay.
It's important to keep sight of your principles, and I think if you do feel something is not right for you, the fact is it probably isn't, and you should probably be looking elsewhere.
Sure. And in terms of advice for those who are watching, they're watching this program because they are like desperate about finding their purpose. They really want to know the meaning to their lives. What advice would you give them about how to find their purpose, be it in financial services, be it in business, be it in whatever area? What advice would you like to give them about how to actually go about discovering their meaning, their why, as to why they're here?
I think people jump into situations and they don't think about what they're doing. I'm a great believer in planning things.
Okay.
And I think if you sit back and look at something, value yourself and decide whether it's something you really want to get yourself involved with. It only takes a few minutes extra, but it's worth doing. And it can actually, if you think about it carefully, it's actually quite good for your self-esteem as well. If you view yourself as a valuable commodity, you might think twice before getting into the wrong situations.
Okay, so value yourself, plan.
Yes.
And
be true to yourself.
Be true to yourself. Okay, excellent. Really, we've come to the end of the interview, but is there any final message that perhaps you want to give to our students who are watching this program? Anything you want to mention that maybe we haven't covered so far?
I think if I've mentioned my own code is important to me. I think if you maintain your principles and you play with a straight bat, you'll never get tripped up. If you're lucky, the people around you will appreciate you for what you are and admire those values. And in some way, it may actually improve their culture. And you benefit from that. You get job satisfaction, but you also get the ability to work in a better environment, and you've been part of creating that.
Sure. Excellent. Jonathan, thank you very much for speaking to me.